a collar, just denim and dirt. Built barns by Monday, still showed up for church. Said a man don't need polish to carry the light. The Lord loves a soul that still fights. The cross was built with rough hands, not silk suits or wedding bands. Calloused palms and splintered beams. That's how heaven holds our dreams. He never wore a collar, just denim and dirt. Built barns by Monday, still showed up for church. Said a man don't need polish to carry the light. The Lord loves a soul that still fights. The cross was built with rough hands, not silk suits or wedding bands. Calloused palms and splintered beams. That's how heaven holds our dreams. Calloused palms and splintered beams. That's how heaven holds our dreams. I ain't the clean-cut kind you see in pews. My hands no grease, my shirt's got a use. But I felt the spirit down by the well more than once when life gave me hell. Didn't need no steeple, no perfect suit, just holy ground. In muddy boots, holy ground in muddy boots, where the lost find light and the broken roots. I prayed out loud with the dust on my face, and God met me there in that rugged place. He don't mind the stains or the dented soul. He sees the heart beneath the coal. Yeah, grace walks with the working truth on holy ground. Muddy I've stood in fields where hymns were sung by tired men with lungs well wrung. No choir robes, just denim and wear, but the Lord showed up in the open air. I've wiped my eyes with the flannel sleeve and still believe. Holy ground in muddy boots, where fence post prayers bear honest roots. Ain't about polished hands or Sunday shine, it's about real hearts crossed with time. He met me there, no need to prove. It's holy ground in muddy boots. with splinters in her. Holy ground in muddy boots, where mercy blooms in callous roots, where tired feet still find their song, and grace has walked all night long. If you think you're too worn to be used, step right in, there's holy ground in muddy boots. Sat beside her rocking chair, worn and torn with love and prayer. Pages marked with ink and tears, a book she held for all those years. She read it every single night by candle glow or morning light. With every verse her faith would grow, and I learned more than she could know. Mama's Bible, faded and frayed, taught me how to kneel and pray through storms and trials, joy and pain. That holy book helped her remain. She held on tight when times got hard, each page a whisper from the Lord. Now when I'm lost, I find revival in Mama's Bible. She'd trace the name in Genesis, pray for kin she sorely missed. In Psalm she'd cry, in John she'd smile. Each chapter walked with her a while. Now she's gone, but left behind a leather cover and peace of mind. I open it and feel her near, her voice still ringing crystal clear. Mama's Bible, sacred and still, holds the strength of her iron will. When the world feels dark and cold, her faith still shines through pages old. Though her hands now rest in grace, I see her smile in every place, and I still run like a child, so tribal, to Mama's Bible. The road's been long, the nights were cold. I've wandered far with dreams untold, but grace has been my guide. star. Through every trial, near and far, now I see the morning light breaking through the darkest night. I hear the angels call my name, and I'm not afraid of the flame. I'm going home to the land of peace, where the chains of sorrow finally cease, where the Savior waits with open arms, safe and sound from life's alarms. Yes, heaven is my home. No more pain, no more fear. I feel the Lord is drawing near. Take my hand, Lord, lead me on to the place where I belong. I'm going home to the land of peace, where the chains of sorrow finally cease, where the Savior waits with open arms, safe and sound from life's alarms. Yes, heaven is my home. Where streets are gold and debts are paid. Oh, my soul, sing and roam, for now I know heaven is my home. I wake before the sunrise glow. The fields are wide, the wind still blow. Life ain't easy, but I still try, with a prayer and an open sky. Hands on the plow, heart full of grace. I'm walking forward in this holy place. No looking back, no turning around. I'll sow my faith in this sacred ground. My boots are worn, my soul's been tried, but He walks with me on the countryside. Through drought or storm, I've come to know where mercy falls, the Spirit grows. Hands on the plow, heart full of grace. I'm walking forward in this holy place. No looking back, no turning around. I'll sow my faith in this sacred ground. And when my strength begins to fade, I lean on the one who never swayed. With every mile, he's leading me to peace beyond what eyes can see. So I'll keep plowing through pain or peace till heaven calls and the labor cease. My hands stay true, my soul bows down, 'cause faith runs deep in this hallowed ground. Where the fields meet heaven's edge, on that old barn, warm and west, there hangs a cross of rusted nails, a farmer's faith that never fails. Daddy made it in '63 from broken plow and scrap he'd see. He said, son, storms will come and go, but that cross stays when winds blow cold. The nail cross on the barn wall stands through the night, through rise and fall. No gilded frame, no chapel tall, just iron hope on weathered wall. When I'm lost I hear it call, the nail cross on the barn wall. I pass it at or break of dawn, before the work, before the yawn, and whisper thanks and bow my head. That cross reminds me what he said. Some folks search for signs in gold, but I see grace in iron ore. That simple cross, those crooked lines, point my heart to what's divine. The nail cross on the barn wall stands through the night, through rise and fall. No gilded frame, no chapel tall, just iron hope on weathered wall. When I'm lost I hear it call, the nail cross on the barn wall. It don't take much, just a cross and a little faith. That Bible sat on Daddy's chair, leather cracked from wearing prayer. The metal clasp was streaked with rust, but held together by his trust. He'd read it by the lamp's dim light after long days and sleepless nights. His fingerprints on every page, a farmer's faith through storm and age. The rust on Daddy's Bible, like the dust upon his boots, marks of miles and trials he'd faced, but grace was in those roots. No polished gold, no silken cover, just truth that time can't hide. Yeah, I found strength and revival in the rust on Daddy's Bible. And now that old book rests in my hand, I try to be the kind of man who leans on verses tried and true, like Daddy taught me how to do. Some see rust, I see redemption in every stain, a lesson learned. That worn out book, that farmer's wisdom still keeps my soul from getting burned. The rust on Daddy's Bible, like the dust upon his boots, marks of miles and trials he'd faced, but grace was in those roots. No polished gold, no silken cover, just truth that time can't hide. Yeah, I found strength and revival in the rust on Daddy's Bible. It ain't the rust, it's the faith inside. I don't drive the highways much no more. Too fast, too loud, too proud for sure. But these gravel trails through pine and dust are where I learned what it means to trust. I patched my soul with fence wire tight, fixed more with prayers than I did with might. No stained glass here, no preacher's tone, just me and God on a road unknown. When faith walks the back roads, it walks real slow through muddy ruts and winter snow. No need for suits or Sunday shoes, just worn out boots and gospel truth. He don't need gold or cathedral domes, just hearts that bring their burdens home. I've heard him in the whippoorwill and silent soft on the moonlit hill. Each rusted gate and weathered tree reminds me that he walks with me. So if you think he's far from here, just turn off the blacktop and draw near. You'll find him where the quiet grows, where faith still walks the back roads. When faith walks the back roads, it walks real slow through muddy ruts and winter snow. No need for suits or Sunday shoes, just worn out boots and gospel's truths. He don't need gold or cathedral domes, just hearts that bring their burdens home. Got a wrench in my hand and dirt on my face. Another Ford's leaking in the same old place. Grease-stained Bible on the toolbox shelf says more to me than a preacher himself. I don't wear a tie, I don't know the Greek, but I talk to the Lord about twice a week. Yeah, I'm still praying between old changes, talking to Jesus about life and its dangers. While the drain pan fills, I count my sins, wipe them down and start again. Ain't no steeple around these tools and chains, but grace still flows through the gas and stains. Ain't perfect, but I'm still making ranges, still praying between old changes. Old man Earl brings a Chevy by, says, you fix engines like you preach on the slide. Told him faith ain't just a Sunday show, it's in the quiet where carburetors go. I baptized wrenches and busted rain, heard the gospel in the piston's pain. Yeah, I'm still praying between old changes. When life feels tight like rusted hinges, I got Psalm 23 in my headlight beaming, John 3:16 on my coffee machine. It ain't about robes or golden stages, I find peace in these shop floor pages. Ain't holy, but my soul still engages, still praying between old changes. Some folks kneel on altar stairs, I get low under trucks and say my prayers, and I swear he listens just the same to grease-slicked hands that call his name. Still praying between old changes, with every spark plug my hope rearranges. The Lord don't mind if my hands ain't clean, he sees the heart beneath the machine. So don't judge a man by the stains he wears. Sometimes redemption smells like air. He ain't done with these garage exchanges. I'm still praying between old changes. Sun up to sundown, I work this land with calloused hands and a farmer's tan. I don't wear robes or polished shoes, just denim stained and old work blues. But I've heard angels in the engines hum. Glory don't just live in cathedrals, son. 'Cause glory wears work boots too, walks through mud with a job to do, swings a hammer, hauls the hay, and kneels to thank God every day. Ain't just found in choir rows, it's in the dust and the wind that blows. Heaven ain't far from the things we do. Yeah, glory wears work boots too. I fixed old trucks with borrowed grace, found God out back in a quiet place. No pulpit here, just worn out tools, but he don't care about earthly rules. He shows up in the hardest grind, right where the sweat and soul align. Yeah, glory wears work boots too, splattered paint so the plow and whispers peace in the here and now. It's not just Sunday suits and ties, it's Monday morning sacrifice. There's holy ground in a job well true. Glory wears work boots too. Don't let the mud fool your heart. The Lord's been here from the very start. He walked in sandals, bore the pain. Same dust, same sweat, same rain. Glory wears work boots too, marching through this world with you. In every nail, each board you raise, He's right there in your work and praise. So lift your head when the day is through. You're holy in your coveralls too. Don't forget when the day is blue. Glory wears work boots too. This Bible's got coffee stains and a torn page too, like my soul that's been through a storm or two. I don't kneel as easy as I did before, but I still knock on heaven's door. The gold's all faded from my old cross chain, but I still whisper Jesus' name. Faith ain't fragile, just warm, like these boots I've had since I was born. Scuffed and cracked from the roads I roam, but they always lead me home. It don't shine like a brand new song, but it's held on when nights got long. Faith ain't fragile, it's just warm, like me but still holding strong. I've cussed the wind, I've slammed the gate, cried in truck stops 'cause I showed up late. But mercy don't wear out with time, it's stitched in every uphill climb. I've doubted hard, I've prayed half mad, but grace still found me where I was at. Faith ain't fragile, just warm, like Mama's Bible with the spine all torn. It's bent but true like a well-used song. Keeps playing even when I'm wrong. I don't raise my hands the way I used to, but my heart still lifts when the sky turns blue. Faith ain't fragile, it's just warm, weathered by love and storms. You can polish doubt and fake the shine, but the strongest prayers got tear-stained lines. And when the silence screams too loud, even worn out faith still stands proud. Faith ain't fragile, just warm, like my Sunday shirt, frayed and torn. It's not about perfect, it's about staying, even when you feel like breaking. If it's cracked, it's 'cause it's been real. That's how holy scars learn to heal. Faith ain't fragile, it's just warm, but it's all I need to carry on. I found myself in the desert wide, with no one there but God by my side. The wind blew soft, the sky was gray. I knelt down low and began to pray. No church inside, no choir to sing, just canyon walls and eagle wings. But in that still and quiet land, I felt the touch of a holy hand. Prayer in the wilderness, soft and true, rising like smoke to sky so blue. No roof above, no walls around, but I was lost, and now I'm found out where the wild winds bless. I offered my prayer in the wilderness. Sometimes the silence speaks the most. The Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. He hears the cry from hearts alone, even far from streets of stone. Prayer in the wilderness, raw and real, where broken souls begin to heal. Out past the hills, beyond the sound, that's where my Savior's love was found. And I'll never second guess the power of prayer in the wilderness. The saddle's warm, the ride is slow, but I feel peace as onward I go. My horse is tired, my boots are old, but heaven's gates are lined with gold. Down heaven's dusty road I ride, with angels watching on each side. No more pain, no heavy load, I'm heading home on heaven's road. I've chased the wind, I've lost and won, skies, where prayers are sung and spirits rise. Don't cry for me, just let it be. I've found the trail that sets me free. The saddle's worn, the ride is slow, but I feel peace as onward I go. My horse is tired, my boots are old, but heaven's gates are lined with gold. Down heaven's dusty road I ride, with angels watching on each side. No more pain, no heavy load. I'm heading home on heaven's road. I've chased the wind, I've lost and won, felt the mercy of the rising sun. Now I hear a gentle voice so sweet, saying, child, come rest your weary feet. Down heaven's dusty road I ride, with angels watching on each side. No more pain, no heavy load. I'm heading home on heaven's road. There's a light upon the hill, and my heart begins to still. I see the ones who've gone before, standing tall at glory's door. So lay me down 'neath western skies, where prayers are sung and spirits rise. Don't cry for me, just let it be. I found the trail that sets me free. I've walked this road with weary feet, through dust and storms and summer heat. But in my heart I heard you say, I'll guide you home, don't lose your way. The shadows fall, the night grows near, but in the stillness I feel you here. Each breath I take, each step I find, I leave this broken world behind. Walk me home, Lord, take my hand. Lead me to the promised land, where sorrow ends and grace begins, where love and peace will never end. Yes, walk me home, home again. No fear remains, just perfect light. You've held me through the darkest night, and when I cross that final mile, I'll see your face and start to smile. Walk me home, Lord, guide my soul to that place where I'll be whole, where every tear is wiped away and joy begins to stay. Yes, walk me home today. I drove past midnight down that lonesome road, dust on my windshield, heart full of load. I'd burned some bridges, left good behind, thought no porch would still leave the light on for mine. There it was, warm and steady glow, like grace hanging on a rusted pole. When the porch light was a sign from heaven, told me someone still believed. Though I'd wandered far from mercy, love was waiting on that eve. It didn't blink, didn't ask why, just stood still beneath the sky. Yeah, the porch light was a sign from heaven saying, son, it's time to come inside. Mama used to leave it on late at night, said it's not for the guest, it's for getting right. And I laughed back then, too proud to see that little bulb was gospel speaking to me. Years gone by, her chair sits still, but that porch light burns with holy will. When the porch light was a sign from heaven, like a prayer wrapped in a beam, didn't matter what I carried, there was room inside the dream. It flickered once, then held on strong, like heaven humming an old church song. Yeah, the porch light was a sign from heaven saying, grace don't count where you've been wrong. I used to think that a light was small, just some wire, glass and wall. Now I know it's God's own spark, guiding fools home through the dark. When the porch light was a sign from heaven, didn't need a single word. It spoke of love without conditions, and of promises I'd heard. So if you're lost and roads feel long, look for that bulb still burning strong. 'Cause the porch light is a sign from heaven saying, child, this is where you belong. It wasn't thunder rolling through a church revival, or a preacher shouting about sin and survival. Wasn't a spotlight or a choir's high wave, just a whisper in the dark that got me saved. A breeze through the pines on a back road night saying, son, come home, you'll be alright. A whisper got me saved, not a sermon loud and proud, not a sign in flames or a sky split cloud. It was quiet, soft and barely heard, like grace wrapped in a single word. Didn't fall to my knees in some big parade, just bowed my head when that whisper came. Yeah, a whisper got me saved. I was driving nowhere with a heavy load, regrets like ghosts down a gravel road. Radio dead, dashboard dim, but still I heard him speak within. It didn't judge, didn't scold or warn, just a voice like dawn that said, be reborn. A whisper got me saved. In a moment no one saw, no hands raised high, no perfect law. It was still, it was true, it was mercy's tone that found me when I felt alone. Didn't need a crowd or a choir that day, just silence broke in a holy way. Yeah, a whisper got me saved. Not all salvations come with thunder. Sometimes God hides in quiet wonder, and when I thought no one could hear, He whispered love into my ear. A whisper got me saved. Not a battle, not a fight, just a gentle wind in the dead of night. No altar call, no church bell wave, just the sound of mercy I couldn't fake. Now I carry that moment every mile I pave, 'cause a whisper, yeah, a whisper got me saved. I've cried on dashboards, I've wept on floors, behind locked trucks and motel doors. Folks say a man ain't supposed to break, but even iron bends when it's got heartache. But I've learned something in the quiet nights: tears don't mean you've lost the fight. Tears don't rust the spirit, friend, they wash the soul and help it mend. A little salt from broken days won't scare the Lord or block His ways. He counts each drop like precious gold, in every ache His love unfolds. So cry if you must, it's holy grit. Tears don't rust the spirit. I've watched strong hands shake from grief, knees hit ground with no relief. but heaven hears that silent moan. God ain't afraid when we feel alone. He's closer in the crying sound than in chairs when no one's around. Tears don't rust the spirit, friend, they shine it up and help it bend. You ain't weak for feeling pain, even Jesus wept in rain. Those who cry ain't losing grace, they're just real in a broken place. Yeah, crying's not quitting, don't forget, tears don't rust the spirit. They say storms wear down the steel, but I say rain can help you heal. A tear-stained prayer can move more ground than pride that never makes a sound. Tears don't rust the spirit, son, they mark the place there's faith begun. So if your eyes get flooded true, that just means God's close to you. And when the world says man up quick, you kneel and let the Spirit stick. Let it flow, don't be ashamed of it. Tears don't rust the Spirit. Say, boy, you sure test the Lord, skipping Sunday sermons, slamming every door. I chased every thrill on a blacktop road, carried a Bible just to hold up the dash load. Thought grace was for saints in their Sunday best, but mercy found me when I made a mess. Heaven's got room for a hard-headed fool, one who learned more outside than in Sunday school. A soul that's cracked, but still pulls through. A rebel heart that the Lord made new. I ain't perfect, but I felt His hand. Even stubborn clay fits His plan. So if you're thinking you're too far gone, too soon, heaven's got room for a hard-headed fool. I broke more promises than I ever kept, cussed His name when I should've wept. But late one night in a broke-down truck, I cried out loud when I'd run out of luck. And there He was, no judgment, no chains, just open arms in the driving rain. Heaven's got room for a hard-headed fool, one who stumbled through life like a stubborn mule, who slammed the gate and cursed the sky, but still got grace when He asked why. Don't need a halo, just faith that's true. The gates swing wide. the shed behind the barn, wrapped in flannel, weather worn and torn. The leather cracked, the pages curled, but truth still whispered from that world. His name was inked in faded blue, a bookmark stuck in Psalm 22, a coffee ring, a tractor stain, but not one prayer had gone in vain. The rust on Daddy's Bible don't mean it lost its worth. It's just a sign of where it's been across this broken earth. Though time and rain have left their mark, the fire inside still lights the dark. Faith don't wear out, tears spoil. It lives through rust and sweat and soil. He read it by the lantern's light when harvest days turned into night. And though his hands were rough and scarred, he held those words like they were stars. Now I flip through pages worn and thin and feel his voice rise up again. It ain't the shine that makes it true, it's what that rust has carried through. The rust on Daddy's Bible don't mean it lost its worth. It's just a sign of where it's been across this broken earth. Though time and rain have left their mark, the fire inside still lights the dark. Faith don't wear out, tears spoil. It lives through rust and sweat and soil. Yeah, that rust just proves it's real and still alive. The sun peeks through the pine tree shade. Steam rises where my coffee's made. A creaky chair, a worn porch rail, where morning starts with faith not fail. No need for words too grand or loud, just whispered thanks without a crowd. A sip, a sigh, a soul laid bare, coffee cups and quiet prayers. Coffee cups and quiet prayers, simple moments, heaven's there. No choir sings, no preacher speaks, but God walks by each time I seek. With every dawn my worries share, through coffee cups and quiet prayers. The paper's folded, news can wait. Grace fills my cup and fear abates. Before the world shouts loud and wild, I find my peace like a trusting child. Some find God in steeples tall, I find him where the robins call. The porch, the breeze, the coffee steam, that's where his promises redeem. Coffee cups and quiet prayers, simple moments, heaven's there. No choir sings, no preacher speaks, but God walks by each time I seek. With every dawn my worries share, through coffee cups and quiet prayers. Just me, my coffee, and a God who hears.